So we know with all the recent news, there's a lot of new stuff that's coming into the game that, of course, we're pretty excited about. We've talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, but what about some things that have been in the game that need fixing and need reworking? For better example, what about all the modded versions of Apex out there that have nice custom aim trainers and so many features like prop hunt out there that we could be using? So another little day of positive news concerning the Apex Legends scene, unless, of course, you are an heirloom fan, and especially why some fans are crying over what the next heirloom in Apex Legends is. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here as always. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to mention here was regarding the heirloom. There's been a lot of fans out there that are pretty upset about what the next heirloom is. Some fans are even giving credit to EA, which just sounds like an oxymoron. But regardless, I was pretty surprised that EA was doing this, but unfortunately it was like the one time I wouldn't have been mad if EA did go for the money. So a couple days ago we made a video touching on a subject regarding the next heirloom, and we're actually pretty surprised that EA, being that they love money so much, chose not to take a route for the heirloom that would have made them the most money. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, it was probably the one time that fans wouldn't have been mad that they chose the money, and that is because fans have been looking for a Fuse or a Horizon heirloom for so long, and unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Obviously, with these legends, especially Horizon, having one of the biggest pick rates in the game right now, they would have made a ton of money on this, and also fans have been asking for it for so long. But according to data miners, leakers, insider sources, literally everybody at this point pretty much knows that it is going to be Ash getting the next heirloom. While it may come to the shock of you that EA chose not to take the most money route, it's no shock that they didn't bring the one that we wanted. And it's also no shock because we know that Horizon is about to get massively nerfed in this next season. Of course, the sales would not go up if that was the case. Traditionally, they always make the legend extremely overpowered right before the heirloom goes live so that people will buy it, and then obviously they nerf them to the ground. They try to captivate on that effect of like when you go to an event, you're more likely to buy. When you're out partying, you're more likely to buy. It's not like being in the market for something and shopping for it and determining whether or not you want to spend that money. It kind of gives you that party effect of like, you're here, you're now in the moment, we're all vibing, having a good time, just drop it, it's for the party. And then once you get home, you're like, yeah, that was a bad investment. However, if you're more of a gameplay type of person like I am and don't really care about the skins, the cosmetics, or the heirlooms, then you might be excited about this next bit. So fans have been asking for a big update and a couple different features when it comes to solo play in Apex Legends. And when I say solo play, I'm not talking about solos mode, I'm talking about playing by yourself as a solo, not online, like firing range, aim training, all that type of stuff. When you look at the modded version of Apex R5 Reloaded, it has all of these aim trainers, all type of different obstacles that you can do, even obstacle courses where you can practice your Apex Legends movement. If you guys even remember, Counter-Strike had back in the day those community maps where like you could only get on top of this box if you could perform this mechanic correctly. So you had to really practice that mechanic so that you can do it. It was kind of like a way to warm up your mechanics. So seeing all of these other features, players have been asking for better aim trainers within the firing range, for the firing range to actually make sense, a better 1v1 system like a cage or gulag type of thing that you can go into and maybe start a nice 1v1. Could you imagine how nice it would be to get into a firing range, go into a cage, and then like press an activation button for friendly fire to go off by itself and a 1v1 just starts? Could you imagine how nice it would be to have custom settings to change settings whenever you go into the 1v1 or go into these aim trainers? Well, there's actually a couple things from a while ago that hinted that we actually might be moving towards that direction, and then something more recently that happened that really kind of makes me think we are. So a few months ago, you guys might remember Apex Legends nerfed the pay-to-win flatline skin, which was called the heatsink iron sights, and in the background of this firing range, you guys could see they had an entirely different firing range than what we have, with many other buildings, almost like a cage in the background that you could go and trial. How many of you guys remember the thing from Titanfall where you can go through like the speed run thing and it would time you? I didn't play, so I'm not sure what it was called, but I heard it was a lot of fun. Imagine things like that in Apex where you could do like grapple speed tests and who has the furthest grapple, and you know, you could do world records and stuff over on YouTube. There's so much potential with this game. I'm surprised they didn't launch it with these features. But anyways, in the background, you could see a lot of other buildings that we don't currently have in the firing range ourselves, and so many people were wondering, are they moving towards an updated firing range? And then after Apex Legends Mobile launched, we even saw that their firing range was much better. A lot of the Apex fans were complaining because look, why does mobile get this much better firing range than what we have? It feels like we should have an update as well. And then we even saw, I think season 12, season 13, there was a ton of leaks about firing range getting an update, a lot better features that looked like they were related to the whole mobile scene. However, like everything else with Apex, unfortunately, it seemed like it was taking longer than usual, being that private matches was announced like 2 years ago and just recently came game, and it's still not even complete. So all of this was a couple of months ago. Let's fast forward to where we are today. You guys probably remember not long ago, literally like maybe a week or so ago, we had a patch in this game, and it brought a lot of new updates, and some of the stuff was kind of buggy. We even had a Horizon nerf that came. It wasn't supposed to come until season 16, but somehow it slipped through. Same thing with Seer and a couple other bugs and glitches out there that were not mentioned in the patch notes to have it being updated, but yet they did. A lot of times when a new patch is introduced to a game, there's a lot of information that is in the game still that is just simply not public. A lot of changes that are set to go live. A lot of times they'll put future season stuff in the game. It's just not public yet. And when this happens, it can cause for a lot of updates and a lot of bugs. So you may think when a patch comes, all they are bringing in that patch is just whatever you see and whatever they updated. And it's just simply not the case. In order to prepare for a new seasonal event, a lot of times they'll add it in the previous season mid-update so that when the new season update comes out, it's not just this one massive, really big update that proposes a lot of bugs and glitches, even though that still happens sometimes. So when things are getting worked on, it's pretty common for bugs and glitches to arise. Well, that's when Dirty Skirty posted this a couple of days ago regarding the firing range, and apparently there's a glitch right now where you can fly around with this flight glitch in Apex. Roll the clip.
Can we shoot? Oh, dude, this would be cool to have some.
And so with the tease from the Apex Legends developers regarding the pay-to-win flatline skin and the updated firing range you can see in the back, the Apex mobile firing range that got so much love and a lot of support from the community, which even led to the leaks of the season 12 or 13 firing range update that we thought we were going to be getting, a little bit bigger of a firing range update that did not happen. And now it looks like it could very well be possible as the glitches are going rampant in the firing range, which indicates that maybe they're working on it on the back end. Now, is this confirmed? Of course not, but it is pretty likely. I personally would love to see some updated features like this when it comes to the firing range, because there's a massive 1v1 community out there for Apex. I love hosting 1v1s as well. I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more professional way to do the 1v1, especially on stream when Imperial Hal might want to 1v1 someone from NRG. Imagine the content that you could get out of this. I think when you look at R5 Reloaded and you see the nice aim trainers that they have, there's no way Apex is looking at that and thinking we shouldn't do the same. And to take it a step further, I'm not sure if Respawn will go this far, but to see R5 Reloaded have prop hunt and his Watson doing prop hunt tournaments over there, it's unreal. And the community games that Apex could be doing is literally unbelievable. Of course, leave it to people that don't get paid a salary and just do this stuff in their free time while they work full-time jobs to bring all of these nice features. At this point, I just wish Respawn would maybe give them a job. And so that made me want to ask you guys, if you could bring one feature to the firing range, only one, what feature would you bring? But imagine many of you are going to say something from Titanfall. Like I said, that little speed run thing that you could do back then, I don't know what it's called. Was it called the Gauntlet? You guys are going to have to educate me down below. I don't know. I missed out on the prime days of that game and I regret it. Hopefully they continue in a direction of their old promise, saying that Titanfall is the very core of their DNA. We'll see how many features they actually bring from Titanfall into Apex as the days progress. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure to leave a like on it if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here as always, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and until then, later, Gators.